The mastery of indifference is a fundamental principle within the realm of Stoicism. Achieving proficiency in the art of not caring empowers you with absolute self-control. External influences lose their grip, and others find it impossible to seize control of your inner world. In today's video, we delve into 15 Stoic lessons designed to guide you towards mastering the art of not caring. Before we embark on this journey, I want to express my gratitude for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video, and if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell for more life-changing Stoic content. Lesson number 1. Focus on what you can control. As Epictetus once wisely stated, the chief task in life is simply this: to identify and separate matters so that I can say clearly to myself which are externals not under my control and which have to do with the choices I actually control. When faced with a situation that disrupts your peace, take a moment before reacting. Inhale deeply and consider the aspects of the circumstance within your influence versus those beyond it. Direct your energy towards the facets under your control, your perspective, attitudes, and responses. Release the attachment to altering anything external, be it people, events, the past, or the future. This shift will liberate you from the shackles of needless frustration, allowing you to serenely accept the limitations of your own sphere of influence. Embrace this practice and watch as the chains of perpetual disappointment break, granting you the freedom to navigate life's challenges with resilience and poise. Number 2. Embrace life's imperfections. As humans, we are wired to seek order and predictability, yearning for a sense of coherence and adherence to plans. However, imperfections are inherent in life. Challenges emerge, mistakes are made, and suffering unfolds. Perfection is an elusive ideal, and when we demand it from ourselves, others, or life itself, we set the stage for perpetual frustration and disappointment. Rather than clinging to the illusion of a flawless existence, acknowledge life's imperfections. Channel your energy into working with life as it is, not as you wish it to be. Respond to difficulties with an artful eye, devoid of judgment. Cultivate compassion for others' flaws, recognizing that imperfection is a shared human experience. Extend this compassion to yourself, understanding that personal growth is a journey marked by progress, not self-flagellation over setbacks. Continue your journey of self-improvement, motivated by growth rather than dwelling on failures. Progress unfolds gradually, with moments of advancement and setbacks. Make peace with the perpetual human condition of falling short of ideals. Recognize that the desire for perfect order often stems from a need for control and certainty. Have faith in your inner resources to navigate life's twists and turns, even in moments of pain or fear. Number 3, embrace the present with mindfulness. Letting go of the need for things to be different and embracing the inherent messiness and unpredictability of life brings tremendous freedom. When you cease struggling against the fundamental nature of reality, you gain the perspective to respond wisely to unfolding events. Flow with life's ups and downs with equanimity, acceptance, and wisdom. Practice mindfulness to anchor yourself in the present moment. It's easy to get lost in regrets of the past or anxieties about the future, but the only time that truly exists is the present. When your mind drifts into old memories or future scenarios, gently bring your attention back to the current experience. Engage your senses and notice the sights, sounds, and sensations happening right now. Regular mindfulness meditation strengthens your concentration muscles and enhances your ability to return to the present. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on the inflow and outflow of breath. When thoughts arise, observe them non-judgmentally and guide your attention back to the breath. Staying grounded in the ever-changing present prevents getting lost in mental narratives about the static past or imaginary future. Each moment becomes vivid and precious when fully inhabited. Redirect your focus to the present throughout the day, appreciating positive details like a warm cup of coffee, laughter with a friend, or the feeling of the wind. Presence fills life with richness, often missed when dwelling elsewhere. While planning for the future has its place, staying mindful of the present builds resilience, trusting that by engaging fully with each experience as it unfolds, you can handle whatever arises, whether good or bad. Number 4. Perspective is everything. When faced with upsetting situations, it's easy to be swept away by subjective emotional reactions. Stoics advise taking a step back to view things objectively before responding. When you feel your emotions intensifying, pause and resist the urge to immediately vent or act while in a reactive state. Breathe deeply to create mental space, then examine the situation rationally from an outsider's perspective. Ask yourself questions like, is my response proportionate to the situation? What is the bigger picture here? How will this matter in the grand scheme of things? Shifting your perspective helps you respond more thoughtfully and avoid unnecessary turmoil. Remember, it's not the situation itself that causes distress, but your perception of it. By cultivating an objective viewpoint, you empower yourself to navigate challenges with greater clarity and composure. Happened. How might this appear years from now looking back? What's the wisest perspective to take? This mental exercise loosens emotions' grip over your thinking by putting space between the subjective reaction and the objective event. With distance, you gain clarity to choose thoughtful next steps rather than reacting rashly. Of course, honor your emotions, but don't let them dictate your response. As Marcus Aurelius stated, if you are pained by external things, it is not they that disturb you, but your own judgment of them, and it is in your power to wipe out that judgment now. Remember that you always have a choice in how you perceive situations. Even painful events can be viewed as opportunities for learning and growth if you look for the upside. Our experience depends profoundly on the chosen perspective. Number 5. Let go of entitlement. It's easy to feel you're owed a particular outcome just because you strongly want or expect it. However, destiny unfolds as it will, not as we demand. Catch yourself when you notice frustrated reactions stemming from unmet expectations. Remind yourself that nothing in life is guaranteed. Events don't always conform to hopes and desires. Release the judgment that things should be going differently. Let go of needing reality to accommodate your rigid preferences. Accept that other people and life owe you nothing. Instead of railing against a situation, reflect on what lies within your power. You always control your response, values, and how you use the tools currently available. As Epictetus said, make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens. Give your full effort with equanimity, then let go of insisting life meet particular demands. Reducing entitled expectations leads to greater serenity and wisdom to engage constructively with events as they unfold. Your happiness becomes dependent only on your own character and choices. Expect less, and life naturally fulfills more. Number 6. Embrace change. Nothing in life stays the same. Impermanence and change are woven into existence itself. Attempting to rigidly control or hold on to things as they are inevitably fails and leads to suffering. Reflect deeply on the reality that aging, loss, and death await us all. Relationships evolve, circumstances change, and the wheel of life keeps turning. Accepting change allows flowing with it artfully. When you notice yourself fighting change or clinging to how things used to be, pause and remind yourself that resisting the fundamental nature of life only brings anxiety and disappointment. release the futile attempt at control. After mindfully accepting change, move into courageously embracing it. Each transition contains opportunities masked as problems. Have faith that closing one door opens another you couldn't have imagined. Grow through periods of upheaval, and of course, honor what has happened. Go of needing it to be otherwise. Embrace the fundamental messiness and unpredictability of life. It is tremendously freeing. Stop struggling against the basic nature of reality and gain perspective to respond wisely to events as they unfold. Flow with life's ups and downs with equanimity, acceptance, and wisdom. Practice mindfulness, anchoring yourself in the present moment. It's easy to lose yourself in regrets about the past or anxiety about the future, but this squanders the only time that actually exists, the present. Engage your senses. Notice sights, sounds, and sensations happening right now. Regular mindfulness meditation helps strengthen your concentration muscles, allowing you to return to the present. Accept change. Nothing in life stays the same. Embrace life's dynamic nature to stay flexible and able to respond wisely as situations evolve. As Seneca stated, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Trust the cycles of life and accept endings that enable valuable new beginnings. Number 7. Judge judiciously. It's easy to criticize others' mistakes and weaknesses, but harsh judgment often says more about ourselves than them. Before negatively judging someone, pause and consider if it stems from your own insecurity, arrogance, or pettiness. Does their benign quirk really merit your condemnation, or is it more a matter of personal taste? Examine your motives and reflect on whether positive intent could underlie their offending action. Might cultural differences be causing misunderstanding? Remember, hurt people often unintentionally hurt others. Withhold judgment until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Focus criticism solely on issues that clearly involve injustice, cruelty, or harm. Even then, aim more to understand why someone would act that way. Judgment often blocks teaching moments and reconciliation. As the Stoic Marcus Aurelius stated, "When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, the people I deal with today will be meddling, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, jealous, and surly. They are like this because they can't tell good from evil. Stay tolerant, of course. Offer feedback compassionately when it could help others improve, but avoid judging minor imperfections or matters of subjective opinion. Nurture growth in those around you by emphasizing their potentials more than their flaws." Number 8. Forgive others. When someone wrongs or harms you, clinging to resentment ends up hurting you more than them in the long run. Of course, seek justice if you've been legitimately wronged, but be cautious about desiring vengeance. As Nelson Mandela said, "Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. It chains you energetically to what hurt you." Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning poor behavior or forced reconciliation, but you can forgive internally by letting go of the need for retribution. Recognize that forgiveness is a gift to yourself, freeing you from the burden of carrying resentment. Release the emotional chains and open yourself to healing and growth. For the best for those who've hurt you, even from afar. This untethers you from past pain. Consider that hurt. People often hurt people. The one who harmed you likely suffers from their own unresolved traumas and flaws. Have compassion while protecting yourself as needed. To let go of anger, dig beneath it to find the unmet need causing it, such as security, respect, or belonging. How can you nurture that need in healthy ways versus clinging to rage? Release and focus inward. As Marcus Aurelius stated, The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. Forgiveness is an act of self-love that breaks cycles of revenge. Have courage and patience to let it heal your wounds. The present and future open when we forgive the past. Number 9. Laugh often. Being able to laugh at the absurdities, ironies, and frustrations you encounter generates perspective and joy necessary to weather storms. In hard times, look for humor and levity in simple pleasures, funny animal videos, amusing observations, jokes with friends. Even when facing grim circumstances, a moment of laughter relieves tension and renews spirit. Don't lose your willingness to be silly and not take yourself too seriously. Being playful and amusing engages creativity and imagination to find the lighter side of any difficulty. Shared laughter and comedy strengthen social bonds and resilience. Our shared humanity gets reaffirmed when we can chuckle at common foibles and jokes that cut through differences. As Seneca stated, "If you have a cheerful heart, smile and laugh at everything." Humor turns down the volume on adversity. Problems get cut down to size when made objects of amusement rather than towering seriousness. Of course, let the depth of life touch you fully, including pain, but balance it with laughter's medicine. Levity lifts you from despair and helps you bear the unbearable. Laughter heals. Number 10. Focus inward. We have direct control over our own growth and habits, but very little control over fundamentally altering other people. Catch yourself when frustrated that others won't change to match your vision of how they should be. This usually leads to anger and resentment when the world refuses to bend to your will. Instead, turn attention back to yourself. What virtues can you cultivate? How can you lead by positive example? Model the change you wish to see rather than demanding it of others. As Marcus Aurelius stated, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." We grow by doing the work ourselves, not just wishing. Others would improve. Inspire excellence through your own actions. Of course, lovingly help guide close relations who sincerely desire growth, but most people must come to it themselves. Judging or coercing them is ineffective. Allow them their own path at their own pace. Focusing inward on self-development brings serenity and confidence. When you excel at manifesting your highest values, you won't be as concerned by what others do or don't do. Tend your own garden first, the rest follows. Number 11. Live simply. Chasing money, status symbols, and luxuries rarely brings lasting fulfillment. Notice when you obsess over acquiring nice homes, cars, gadgets, or other non-essentials. Ask yourself, what void am I really trying to fill? Why do I tie my self-worth to appearances and things? Aim to live modestly, purchasing ethical, durable goods mindfully. Fulfill needs but avoid excess. Cultivate pleasures that gold cannot buy. Time in nature, reading, loving relationships. Also, reflect on the personal cost of valuing career ambition and gain over purpose in people. Recognize how consumer culture feeds ego and distracts from higher aims. Does it truly enrich your spirit? As Seneca stated, "It is not the man who has too little that is poor, but the man who hankers after more." True wealth lies in developing wisdom and character, not expanding possessions. Of course, financial security eases life stresses, but past a certain point, more money ceases to increase happiness. Avoid confusing the means of living with life's ends, virtue, service, and realizing your gift fully. Number 12. Be humble. It's easy to inflate our own role and impact on situations, but in truth, many external factors are simply outside our control. Catch yourself when taking too much credit for when things go well. Recognize the role of luck, help from others, and variables beyond your influence. Don't get arrogant, assuming it was all your doing. Similarly, don't blame solely yourself when problems arise, external or internal. Avoid falling into shame and guilt. Embrace humility as a path to continuous learning and growth. As C.S. Lewis wisely noted, true humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself less. Being humble opens the door to deeper connections, understanding, and a more harmonious existence with the unpredictable nature of life. Self-criticism when events don't turn out as hoped. You don't have total control over outcomes. As the Stoic Seneca stated, all is opinion, and opinion is not truth. All depends on our senses, and our senses easily mislead us. Our judgments and perceptions are often distorted by biases. Maintain a modest perspective about your importance in the grand scheme. Individuals come and go, but life continues. Do your part with humility and find peace in living well, not on pedestals. Cultivate empowering self-belief balanced with unattached acceptance when things go awry. Aim to influence what you can without self-flagellation when the world has other plans. Number 13. Silence is golden. There is wisdom in resisting urges to speak impulsively and holding your tongue when it would be unwise or unkind to share your thoughts. Notice when you feel compelled to blurt out whatever crosses your mind without filter. Pause first and consider why voicing these reactions or opinions is necessary or beneficial before giving them wings. Also, be wary of excessive speech, even when not overtly harmful. As Epictetus advised, nature gave us one tongue but two ears, so we could hear twice as much as we speak. Listen more than you talk. Before communicating, ask yourself, is this true? Is it kind? Is it useful? Will it improve on silence? If not, breathe and let the impulse to speak dissipate without indulging it unnecessarily. Of course, speak your truth with care when ethical and obligatory, but not every passing notion requires public announcement or debate. The cost is often needless discord and scattered energy. With mindful silence, you gather your mental forces and avoid much useless disturbance. Number 14. Amor fati. Rather than constantly resenting circumstances we find displeasing, the Stoics encourage mindfully accepting conditions as they are. When faced with frustrating situations, pause to reflect instead of just complaining or raging against reality. Ask yourself sincerely, how can I engage constructively with this rather than resisting what cannot be changed? Lean into challenges and limitations as opportunities to practice virtues like courage, wisdom, and justice. For example, financial hardship can inspire voluntary simplicity. Illness allows developing fortitude. Betrayal improves discernment of allies. As Epictetus advised, do not seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do happen, and your life will go well. Allying yourself with reality, taking sensible action to improve conditions when possible, but accept what cannot be changed without resentment or self-pity. Maintain equipoise in facing life's ups and downs. Loving your fate means embracing the full spectrum of experiences and finding meaning in each moment, whether pleasant or challenging. Number 15. Memento mori. Frequently reflecting on the inevitability of death provides helpful perspective when caught up in the small anxieties and frustrations of daily life. No matter how difficult your current situation seems, it is fleeting. You and everyone else eventually leave this world behind, along with all earthly troubles. Death awaits us all. Keeping this sobering fact in mind puts struggles in context rather than demoralizing. Remembering mortality has an uplifting effect by clarifying priorities. Facing death openly, you realize how precious each passing moment truly is. Precisely because time is short, life's possibilities shine brighter. Memento Mori also instills motivation to use your gifts fully and express love unreservedly before the chance passes. Imagine if today were your last day. How would you want to spend it? Cherish and savor the time remaining. As Seneca put it, let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. No one has promised us tomorrow. Live wisely and earnestly now. The present is all any of us are given. Of course, balance awareness of death with appreciating this transient gift. These principles encompass a comprehensive guide to living a meaningful, resilient and fulfilling life, drawing wisdom from Stoic philosophy and emphasizing mindfulness, humility, gratitude, and the pursuit of virtue. If you're listening to this, thank you for staying till the end. If you feel any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, feel free to start a Stoic discussion in the comments. I welcome Stoic discussions, as they are what the great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca advised for. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, and if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.